Today we are rebuilding the German side Elversberg, who have just a few weeks ago failed to get promoted from the second Bundesliga. Of course, just a few years ago they've been in the fifth division of Germany, a massive rise to the top, but they just fell short to get into the Bundesliga, the biggest division of Germany. So that is why today we are overtaking this quite young Elversberg team, you have to say. A few lone players are in here, but we are taking on the job of their former coach, who has now gone to Werder Bremen, and trying to get them promoted. Not only promoted, but also dominating the Bundesliga and further down the line, the Champions League. As I said, a few young players, very talented, like Damar, like Aslani, who is on loan. We also do have, 18-year-old Baum, also on loan to us from another German club. Christoph in goal is a bit average, just like Lejoncourt, Pinkert in centre-back. Those positions might need to be considered. The bench also quite young. Of course, sure, a few players like Boss, like Schnellbacher, who are in their 30s. Also this Dürholz guy. Not a lot of squad depth, so we can't sell a lot of players. We can buy 3 players per transfer window per season with Elversberg, but we don't have a lot of money. We can also show you that I've chosen the gegenpressing style of play with this Elversberg side. They are relatively young, so they've got the legs, but they don't have the money, as 1 million is in our current budget. We have spent 2 million on renewing contracts and getting in a few coaches that are half decent. Elias Baum, Mohamed Dama and Fisnik Aslani, just like Frederik Jekyll. 3 of our best players are on loan to us. With 1 million we of course cannot do anything, so we might need to sell players if there is any possibility that we can sell some, and then bring in at least 2 of those 3. There's also 1 player in the youth academy, Anton Kosche, only 4D2 rated, but 14 years old, 74 to 94 potential. We keep him here, maybe he can develop into something special. Now check this out, boys. We've sold 4 players for around, let's say 1.5, 1 million, which is for around 5 million we got into our bank. Which now means that we have 6 million to spend on players bringing in. The first player coming in is the striker, on loan at TSG Hoffenheim, now joining Elversberg, by the name of Fisnik Aslani, joining us for 3 million from TSG Hoffenheim. Joining with our last scraps of money for now is the number 10, again from TSG Hoffenheim. It is Mohamed Damar, joining for 2.5 million, 5.5 we've spent right now. We've then gone on and sold Carlos Sickinger as well, 27 years old, 69 rated, to Hamburg, a second player after Paul Stock. We have then gone on and made our final signing of season 1, another player who was loaned in. We've only signed players loaned in to us in the first season. Bringing in German right back Elias Baum from Frankfurt for 1.8 million. This is how the completed squad is looking like. Baum now a full player of ourselves, Damar 20, Aslani 22, all 3 are really exciting for the future and also for the present already. Now, can we get promoted in the first season itself? That is the big question for SV. It's the end of season 1 and we have just about finished outside the playoffs. You can already see why. 14 draws, just too many. Just like Paderborn, same record in fact. 13 wins, 14 draws, 7 losses. Just 2 points of Hamburg in the promotion playoff, and 3 points behind Hertha BSC, with Düsseldorf running away with the lead. Bremen win the DFB Pokal a bit surprisingly over Köln, while we have been knocked out by Union Berlin in the second round. Aslani was the right man to bring in on a permanent. 20 goals for him, 14 for Damaro, and 2 new signings. Gere Ziger, I don't even remember him being here, but he scored 7, and Simashid with 6. Aslani has grown to a 74, Damar to a 73. Pinkard is up to a 70 overall. Jekyll is now, however, the starter, but he is still on loan to us, so he will go back to his parent club at the start of the next season. Baum, the right back, up to a 72, and Christoph in goal, still 73 rated. We might need to look into certain positions here for sure. Again, we've had a very good season, in my opinion. Fourth in Bundesliga to just 3 points of automatic promotion. We have to build on that in season 2. Again, even in season 2, we've only got around 5 million in our budget. The first man we are bringing into the club is a new left back here at the start of season 2, a 19-year-old, 10 years younger than our current left back and same overall, coming from the Swedish league. One of the first times ever I've signed someone from Sweden. Keita Kozugi, actually a Japanese player, but he comes in from Djurgardens for 2 million plus Neubauer, the former left back at our club. A second signing sees us bring in a player from the Argentinian league. Again, we are going in for players from obscura leagues here. Another swap deal as well, Tobias Ramirez Cardoso coming in from Argentinos Juniors, a centre-back for 2 million plus Florian Le Joucourt. We've sacrificed everything we had for our final transfer of season 2, bringing in a Spaniard on left midfield. Unai Hernandez joining us from Al Ittihad for 1 million plus Lucas Petkov, our former starter at right midfield. He was 24. Unai is 20 years old. Of course, the main problem is squad depth with this side. We've got a very good defense now. Kosugi, Ramirez, Cardoso and Baum, all still very young, prone to grow very much in the next few years, just like Damar and Aslani. Also Hernandez at left midfield. Lukas Schnellbacher has joined Hannover 96 for 2 million, so we have got 2 million in our bank, but of course we've already made the 3 transfers. However, it does grant us the opportunity to hire a 4-star scout who goes to Germany for 3 months to find us new goalkeepers and probably also new talents in the future. Well, we found a couple of very good players in the youth academy. Pfeiffer, 92 to 94 potential, the goalkeeper. We've got Finn Becker, the centre-back, who is already 17 and will get promoted right away. Jan Krause as well, a CDM 17, 62 overall. And another centre-back in Schwarz, who is only 14 though now. With Weiser also giving us. At the end of season 2, Aslani once again delivered. 23 goals for him, 5 assists, 9 goals and 6 assists for Mohamed Damar, and even 7 and 4 for Hernandez. Those two could, though, still improve their numbers. And yes, we have only finished in 8th place this time on 50 points, 12 defeats, not a lot of draws, but 12 defeats are just too many. And Köln, Heidenheim, Goa, Paderborn play the playoff. We are far behind those guys. Bremen reached a second DFB Pokal final in 2 years, this time losing though to Gladbach on penalties. We've made it into round 3 before getting knocked out by Bundesliga side Stuttgart. Hernandez 73, Damar 76, Aslani 78. The CDMs might need to get replaced. Ramirez up to a 74. Christoph, the goalkeeper, I'm not so sure, but the fullbacks and Ramirez are really good. Pinkett might also get replaced in the near future. So as season 2 comes to a close, we have taken a back step, maybe a necessary back step to take the next step forward in season 3. We've only got around 4 million. We are in an infinite loophole here. And so the best thing I can do for now is bring in a CDM, very talented 20-year-old, but from the free agency list. It is Raul Machado joining us for €0 at Elversberg. Pfeiffer is now 16 years old, 60 overall, so he gets promoted to the senior team. So against all expectations, at the end of the window, we sell Nicolas Christoph to Hertha Berlin for 5.7 million, so that Pfeiffer will get the starting spot at the age of 16. Only 60 overall. Of season 3, and we are in 6th place this time. 56 points. 7 points off Schalke, who are in the promotion playoffs, and far, far away from both Düsseldorf and Hannover, who go up automatically. Leverkusen in the cup over Schalke this time. We have been knocked out in round 3 by Union Berlin. Once again, Viznik Aslani with 24 goals, 14 for Hernandez up to a 77, 14 also for Damar up to a 79. And also Weiser has played 40 games from the youth academy. Ramirez with 40 games, Machado with 39, Baum with 40 as well. Because of the missing money, we are still in a bit of a loophole here. 6th place in Bundesliga 2, still not promoted. I'm beginning to be a little bit itchy. Finally, we might be able to improve something. 12 million in season 4. Could this guy here be the man who drags us over the line into the Bundesliga? He's only 19, from Algeria, a free agent, a second free agent in this rebuild. By the name of Said Ali, probably the Riyad Mahrez region, coming into Elversberg. We've also, on the other hand, sold Robin Fellhauer to Boavista and Filimon Gereziger, because, of course, we've signed Said Ali. Our second and already final player joining the club is a right back to give us some squad depth. He didn't have any squad depth at the club, so Noah Mikic fixes that, coming in from Fenerbahce for 3 million. This is our team going into season 4. Becker, the centre back, and I've given him the starting spot along with Ramirez Cardoso. Shine still the captain, 75 rated. Machado up to a 77. Ali, of course, the big signing to strengthen the starting 11, which puts Weiser onto the bench at the age of 19, 65 rated. Still a good talent as well. Damar and Aslani still the two men up top, only 23 and 24 years. Finally we've done it at the end of season 4. 8 points clear of Darmstadt in second. We are the champions of the second Bundesliga. Schalke in the playoffs. But we are going up to Bundesliga. Leverkusen lose the DFB Pokal to Frankfurt on penalties. Here we've been knocked out in round 2 by Bremen in a crazy game. 4-3 defeat. Aslani this is a bit lacking, but still 19 goals is good. 15 for Damar, 12 for Hernandez, who is up to an 81 as well. And even 8 goals for Machado. Ali, by the way, in terms of stats, only 7 goals. He needs to step his game up. Baum has been called up for the German national team, which is crazy, from the second division. Pfeiffer up to a 72 at the age of 17. I don't want to change either of him and Becker. Shine might get replaced. Could also be the other man who is on loan still from the youth academy. Ali, as I said, needs to do a little bit more, but growth-wise he's done well, just like Hernandez. Aslani and Damar still the faces of this project. We've done it, finally promoted to the Bundesliga. I'm really excited to see what we can do. Can we survive? We should, with the squad we've got, survive in Bundesliga in season 5. Promoted to the Bundesliga, we now have 25 million at our disposal. Again though, I really don't know what to do. Maybe replacing Shine with Krause, who is already 73 rated. Again, going back in overall, but he's got potential to be special, so at least 90 overall he could reach within the next 5-6 years. But otherwise, again, Becker is also very, very special. Ramirez Cardoso up to an 82. Pfeiffer, Becker and Krause from the youth academy. Ali, the free agent. And so first off, we bring in a player from the Premier League who is only a backup over there to become a backup over here. Returning to Germany, it is Almugera Kabar for 9 million from Newcastle United, joining us, the left back. And so our second and final signing for season 5 is going to be a striker. Backup at that, better than all of our other backup strikers. Only 19 years of age as well. Ibrahim Noble, a bit of a weird name for an Australian or a New Zealand player. I think he's from New Zealand. 10 million he cost us from Getafe. Maybe it wasn't the final transfer. What in God's hell have I found here? A 20-year-old goalkeeper. Of course we had Pfeiffer. He was only 73 rated. This guy is 15 overall better and only 3 years older. The crazy man to find on a free agency is Javi Silva, 20 years old, 88 rated, coming to Elversberg. We've also sold, where is he? Younes Ebnu Talib for 1.5 million. Sami Shine, former captain, goes to Bologna for 15. And Jörn Pfeiffer gets loaned out just to give him the game time he deserves. Leaving us now with Krause in the starting 11 along with Machado. He's only 19. I can swear to you guys that I'm not going to replace this guy. I didn't want to replace the keeper, but yeah, finding this guy is giving us a whole different opportunity now in the Bundesliga. As if we were in the second division, I wouldn't have signed him, but now we are among the big boys with a big starting 11. A big first 11. Becker and Krause still only 73, 74. All the others in their 80s. So a team that shouldn't be anywhere near the relegation battle. That's exactly what I told you. First season back in the Bundesliga. Finished off 49 points. 14 wins, 7 draws, 13 losses. 7th place, very far away from any kind of relegation scrap. Even though only 17 points, but still 17 is a lot of points. On the other side of the table, Borussia Dortmund nearly doubled the points that we had in the end. A bit less, but 85 points, 13 ahead of Bayern. Leverkusen defeat Dortmund though in the Pokal final, where we have been knocked out by Jan Regensburg out of the second division in the second round. And how has Pfeiffer done that? 18 years of age, 82 rated, he's gone up by 10 overall. Silva had an 89, but Pfeiffer could become a starter if he continues to grow like that. Crazy in the goalkeeping position. Aslani has really grown again. 86 rated, 18 goals in the Bundesliga is great. 11 goals for Damar as well, not bad, all in the Bundesliga, and 8 goals for Ali, who is up to an 85 overall. Weiser even grown to a 77, he's a great backup right now. That's what I wanted to see, wonderful return to the Bundesliga, 7th place in Season 5. Maybe next season we can attack European football, I'm not even sure, maybe we could have even in Season 6 already some sort of European football like the Conference League. That Lusk have won, by the way, defeating Villarreal, that's crazy as well. At the start of this new season, Lucas Pinkert, the backup centre-back, is leaving, by the way, on a free transfer, so we need to strengthen the backup centre-backs. And here he is, our backup man, into the office. He's a real player, he is, coming in from the French league. At the age of 21, Leon Jakirovic joins us for 5 million from Lyon. Still, we have 11 million in our bank after renewing contracts, adding new coaches, and of course buying the centre-back. We have gone on and signed a new CDM just for backup purposes. Bringing in the Austrian Philipp Maybach from Porto for 7.1 million. He's only 21 years old. And indeed, we will be in the Europa League. I don't know why, because we only finished 7th or 8th, but I'll take it, absolutely. So this is our team going into Season 6. A very good backline. Krause and Becker also keeping up or getting closer with their ratings to these 80s. Damar 86 rated, Aslani 86 rated, Ali 85 at the age of 21, Hernandez 85 rated, Kosugi 83 rated. So everyone, and Silva of course with 89, everyone getting ready for the season. Maybach of course coming in at the age of 21, 73 rated himself, 72 rated Jakirovic. The bench is now looking much tastier. Finally gone on and sold Mohamed Mahmoud to Almere City for 2.5 million. He was the third string striker. What has happened here? What has happened in the Bundesliga? Our second season here, and we are the champions by 18 points, 87 points. That is crazy. 27 wins out of 34 games, only 1 loss all season long, compared to Leipzig's 7. We don't win the cup as Leipzig win that over Wolfsburg. We've been knocked out in the semi-finals by RB Leipzig, 1-0, narrowly. Let's have a look at European competitions for the first time, as Dortmund win the Champions League over Real Madrid. That's a bit surprising, to be honest. We've of course been in the Europa League, where we finished in 13th, went to the playoffs, where we defeat Hearts 5-0. We then go on and defeat Sociedad 4-3. Going to the quarterfinals and defeating Nice after coming from behind in the second leg. And in the semis we go out to Manchester United, who go on to lose the final to Arsenal, but we've had a great run in the Europa League. And finally, Roma win their second ever Conference League, defeating Braga in the final. Once again, Aslani absolutely tearing the league apart. 27 goals in the league, 11 in the Europa League and 2 in the Cup, 41 in total. 33 even for Mohamed Damar, who has grown to a 90 overall. 13 and 15 for Hernandez is crazy. And 11 and 20 isn't less impressive by Said Ali. We've done a terrific job this season, winning the league by a landslide, reaching semi-finals of both the Cup and the Europa League. But of course, we'll be in the Champions League for the very first time next season. Finally, we also do have a bigger budget, 61 million in Season 7. Finally. Again, we first go in for a free agent. For the third or fourth time, we sign one of those. This time as a backup cam, Marcos Moya joining us from the free agency list. In the meantime, we've made one massive transfer out. Javi Silva, 91 rated goalkeeper, goes to Milan for 200 million. Crazy money. And as we already got Pfeiffer in that, who returned from loan, he's 87 rated at the age of 19. A crazy keeper, but he will be our starter this season. Of course, we are now loaded with money, 236 to spend. I have then gone on, decided to go big. A 23-year-old right back coming into the club. He's a +5 on Baum, who didn't grow anymore really. So we signed Emil Bakker from Spurs for 100 million. Bakker is 87 rated compared to Baum, who's only 82. He's got a lot more pace about him. Also, other traits like, let's say, even his dribbling, his defending and his physical are all better than Baum's. I still wanted a very strong backup keeper though, as we've lost Silva. He's not as good as Pfeiffer, of course, but still very valuable. Coming in from the Championship, a German player in Sebastian Siegmund joining us from West Brom for 20 million. Let's see how the first test of the season, the Heidenheim Arena, goes against Leipzig in the Super Cup. We win 2-1, Damar with a brace, that is what you love to see. Echeverri gave Leipzig one back, but we got our first trophy of the season. It didn't go too well, as we finish in 20th on 10 points, just squeezing into the playoff round where we are facing Stade Rennes from France. However, in the Bundesliga, things are going very well. We are sitting top by 3 points ahead of Leverkusen. We've lost 0 games so far. Great season again. Now then, we are facing Stade Rennes at home in the playoff round, and it's an easy 3-0 win. Aslani, Damar and Moya, who came on, scored the goals to give us a big advantage going into the second leg. Here it is then, away to Stade Rennes, 3-0 up from the first leg, another 1-0 win, Unai Hernandez with the goal, 4-0 aggregate, comprehensive win. Next up it is Napoli in the round of 16, first at home again, and it's a 2-2 draw. Di Marco and Brahim with the goals for Napoli, Ali with a brace, but it's still all up for grabs in the second leg. The second leg away to Napoli. Let's see how this goes in the Italian game here. It's a 5-4 win on penalties. That is crazy. Brahim gave Napoli the lead before Ramirez equalized. Osimhen, we're still at Napoli here, scored again. Aslani with an important goal. And then it went all the way to penalties where only one player in Di Marco missed. We go through to the quarterfinals. We are facing Barcelona away from home in the first leg. Let's see how this goes. It's a 2-2 draw. Again, another draw in the first leg. Pablo Torre and Ibrahim for Barcelona. Damar with a brace for us. Second leg time at Ursa Farm Stadium in Germany. Elversberg against Barcelona, and we lose. We lose 3-1 after extra time. I don't believe it. Pau Victor Pedri with the goals. We are still one step away from Barcelona. Aslani gave us a goal back, but in the end it's not enough. At the end of the day, we've once again done it. 10 draws this time, but only one loss all season long. 79 points, 5 ahead of Leverkusen in second. So finally won the DFB Pokal over Frankfurt 3-1 in the final, making it a double this season. The Champions League goes to Man City over PSG, the Europa League to Marseille over Bayern Munich, and the Conference League to Brest, who doesn't like a bit of Brest, over Utrecht. 36 goals for Aslani this season. He gets better and better. 27 and 12 for Dagmar, and 13 and 17 assists for Hernandez. Season 7 has been a massive success. We've won the Super Cup, the German Cup, as well as the Bundesliga. The domestic treble, if you like to call it like that. The quarterfinals of the Champions League. Still, the board are not happy. That's the expectations we've created here. We do have a record budget of 114 million, but I really don't know what to do next, as our squad is already near perfect. Just look at the ratings on all those players. Krause is the only one you might argue is a little bit behind, but he's only 22. Bekri is only 22. The team is very young indeed. Goalkeeper, 20 years of age, 91 rated, is crazy. Aslani and Damar are the oldest ones, but they're still in their prime, absolutely. So the only thing I can think of right now is strengthening squad depth. Bringing in another CDM. Very talented, 19 years of age, a Turkish man. It is Ibrahim Bulu joining us from Luton Town for 45 million. On the other hand, we've sold Noah Mikic, who was only third string right back anymore. 10 million, the 24-year-old goes to Anderlecht, and Uwe Schwartz gets another loan move. He's still too lowly rated to even be a squad player. We are going in for another centre-back next. 22 years of age, 81 rated. Getting him on a cut price deal as his contract was expiring. Theo Schneider joining us for 24 million from Crystal Palace. And last but not least, completing our squad with a left midfielder, a German, coming from one of our rivals. We are now the champions though and can dictate who we bring in, so we go in for Justin Deal from Stuttgart for 32 million. This is how the bench is now looking like. Siegmund in goal, Schneider 81 rated, we've got Baum 83 rated, Kaba 79, Bulut 80, Moya 80, 81 rated Wiese, 81 rated Deal, and a 78 rated striker in Noble. And of course the starting 11, I don't have to tell you a lot about it. No changes whatsoever. Pfeiffer up to a 91. A great team that is ready to win the Champions League, hopefully finally in season number 8. So let's see how the Super Cup goes against Bayern Leverkusen this year. We've won the one before, but we lose this one on penalties, 4-1. We cannot score goals from penalties as it seems. Krause scored in the 90 minutes. It went all the way to penalties and we lose 4-1. Moya and Weitzer. What has happened here? We have finished in 30th place. Behind Bayern, who are also eliminated. Napoli are eliminated. What is going on? We've only managed 1 win in 8 games. That is crazy, crazy stuff. At least we are in first place in the Bundesliga, 2 points ahead of Leverkusen. I want to finish in the top 4 every season, but that is still not nailed down with Leipzig only 7 points off in 6th. We absolutely dominate. 14 points clear at the end of the day ahead of Dortmund. We've scored 81 goals, which is absolutely crazy. Not even conceded the least amount of goals, but with these sorts of goals, only 4 losses, you simply have to be champions. We also win back-to-back the DFB Pokal, so 2 doubles in a row in Germany. Absolutely dominant. This one here is where I want to be. Manchester City defeating Real Madrid in the Champions League final. Europa League going to Strasbourg, very surprisingly over Villa. And the Conference League goes to Milan over Nice. We are looking at 34 goals by Aslani, who is still absolutely red hot. And then 19 for Ali, who's also had a fantastic season. 16 for Deal even from the benches. Very, very strong. I don't know, where is Hernandez? Only 2 goals. What happened, my guy? They don't know what went wrong in the Champions League to finish in 30th is absolutely awful. We have to correct that next season in season 9. We've sold 1 key player in Raul Machado, who we picked up on a free transfer. He's 87 rated, but I wanted to get in some cash. We didn't get really loaded this season. That's why I've sold him to Inter for 120 million. Ibrahim Noble goes to West Ham. The other way, 26 million. So we need a backup striker and a CDM. So we better spend a big load of money on a CDM now next. And he's not as good, by far not as good as Machado. In fact, 4 points lower in terms of overall. But he can grow better and faster. Frederic Rossi, 50 million from Chelsea. And there it is. Our backup striker has been secured. An absolute world beater who doesn't deserve to be on the bench, but he still is. The Englishman, Ruben Walsh, joining us for 100 million from Valencia. As with this type of a squad, a bit of a weaker starting 11 with Bulut going in there ahead instead of Machado, of course. But Bulut is 6 years younger, has still got a lot left to give. I just felt like we needed to make a change. We're also bringing in Rossi, of course, 20 years old, and Walsh at striker. A very good team, a very, very strong bench. We have to do it this season, absolutely. It's a good start as we win the Super Cup over Dortmund. An Ali goal, an Ali brace actually turning the game around. 20 games played, we are sitting in first place in the Bundesliga. 4 points clear of Leverkusen in second. We have missed out on automatic qualification for the top 8 for the round of 16. So we have to go through playoffs where we are facing RB Salzburg from Austria. And first leg of the playoff round away to Salzburg. We should get a win and we do. 2-1. Aslani and Damar with the goals. Second leg at home, Mosa Farm Stadium. And it's a 2-all, which is more than enough to go through. 4-3 on aggregate. Bulut and Krause with the goals. In the round of 16, we are facing the Italian giants Inter Milan. First at home. Let's see how this goes. It's a comfortable, easy 3-0 win. Damar with a brace. Deal after coming on 2 minutes later, scoring the third goal to seal it. It is the second leg. We are 3-0 up from the first and we win 3-0 again. Unai, Ali and Damar, 6-0 on aggregate, we trash Inter. It is quarter-final time and we are facing Chelsea Football Club. The first time we are getting that far. How are we doing? It's a 2-2 draw in the first leg. Damar and Aslani with the goals, but Palmer with a brace for Chelsea, still playing as well for them. This is the most important moment in this rebuild so far. Facing Chelsea away from home. On the edge here, the result, and we get a 4-1 win in the second leg. That's crazy. We have made it the furthest we've ever made it. We were 1-0 behind through Palmer again. But Aslani, Weiser, Damar and Krause, 4 different goal scorers. We win 6-3 on aggregate. A very interesting opponent in the semi-finals. Real Sociedad at the Estadio de Anoeta. Let's see what this team is all about. We win 4-2. Unai Hernandez, Aslani with a brace, and Unai with a brace as well. We absolutely dominate in Spain. We are facing Sociedad in the return leg at home, and another 2-0 win comes. Aslani misses the pen, but Damar and Unai with the goal. 6-2 on aggregate. We move to the Champions League final. And in the final we are facing Barcelona, the Spanish Giants. Of course, as expected, back-to-back Bundesliga trophies. 85 points, only 1 loss again all season long. 12 ahead of Leverkusen. We don't win the cup this season as Hoffenheim beat Bayern in the final. We have been knocked out early doors by Hoffenheim in round 3. The Europa League goes to Monaco over Club Brugge. The Conference League goes to Marseille, another French club, 2 French clubs winning European silverware. Amar has scored the most goals. Aslani has really come a little bit under scrutiny here, only 17 goals, but also only 35 games. That's because Walsh played 24 times, scored 11. He's also grown to an 87 overall, which is crazy. But yeah, Aslani's still starting the final. Unai with 12 goals in 39, 12 also for Weiser, and 11 for Ali, both again having played a lot of games. Now it is time, however, for the Champions League final at the Estadio Metropolitano in Madrid, the Atletico Stadium, with a nearly fully 90-plus rated team, apart from Bulut. Short corner taken. No, it's taken long. We had it out, but Barcelona still get a chance. It's blocked on the line. Here's Krause. Krause for Damar. Damar, good ball into Aslani, who lays it off to Ali. Now, back into Aslani. Can he open up the scoring? No, rest with an easy save. Here's Krause, one of 2 youth academy players in the starting 11. Hernandez into Kosugi. This is the left back who we've bought early on. He's really developed wonderfully as well. He glides through the pitch. Now passes it into Aslani. What a pass that was. And what a save by Restes. It has been a very even Champions League final in the first half, as we are starting off again with Unai, who lays it off to Aslani. Now can we go the other way? This is Hernandez. Hernandez looking for Kosugi. Kosugi has made one brilliant pass before. Now here, going all by himself, Aslani! He finds Aslani again. This time, Aslani doesn't say no. What a play by Kosugi. He's been the MVP of this game. Looking to find the opening for Aslani to shoot into an open-up net. That's the brilliant opportunity to sub off Aslani for Walsh, who I want to see on the football pitch. Let me see what else I would like to consider bringing on. Maybe Weiser for that right midfield spot, another youth academy player. Good ball into Weiser. This is Weiser, he's left-footed. Weiser going for goal. Great save by Restes. We are nearly there, only 2-3 more minutes to go. Maybe a couple of minutes added on time. But yeah, one last wave of Barcelona, who haven't scored so far. I mean, at the beginning it looked like they would score 5. Here they are looking for their first still. This is Mayulu striking from distance out of desperation. Falls to Yeremaido, who goes into the box. Yeremai, but Bulut is there. Still Barcelona scoring the equalizer. I don't believe it. Larsson with the equalizer in the 5th minute of added on time, when there was only added on 1 minute. Yeah, we still have to wait for the title then. It's extra time after that late equalizer by Barcelona. The Dutch fullback. Here is Bakker, turning his man, passing it into Damar. Damar for Krause. Krause looking for options, back to Damar. Still, we are on the move. This is Damar, turning. This is now Walsh, and Krause! What a save by Restes. Now Mayulu going for Barcelona, wanting that victory. This is Mayulu. We have to be careful at the back. Mayulu going for goal and scoring. That's an unbelievable goal. Barcelona take the lead in the 105th minute. A super solo goal by one single player, Seni Mayulu. Can we find an answer still? Here is Walsh. Walsh going for goal, scoring! Right after Barcelona take the lead. Walsh is there to equalize. That is a crazy turn of events. Good ball by Krause into striker Walsh, who is there and shows why we've chosen him. We've seen as many goals in 15 minutes than all game long in 90. But still, there are 15 more to go, as now Damar gets sent away. This is Damar scoring! That is a crazy comeback once more. We were looking like we fell to the bottom of the barrel here tonight, going 2-1 down. Conceding first of all in the 95th minute, but then going 2-1 down in extra time. But we have turned the game back on its head. I want to bring on Schneider for an exhausted Becker. Also, let's say Rossi for Bulut, and even Baum, the OG, of course, Elversberg player, coming on at right back. Here's Barcelona now again through Rodriguez. Rodriguez, great cross. What a save by our keeper. We're again very close to being there, but I've said this before. I won't say it again this time. As Guyu, still playing for Barcelona, or playing for Barcelona again, is there. Now Mayulu, Larsen, who scored the equalizer before. Only 20 more seconds to go. That should be it. Barcelona not playing the ball forward. Sanchez, Rodriguez, how long the referee going to give at a time? But it's over. It's done. Elversberg from the second Bundesliga. On top, not only of Germany, where we've won 3 times in a row. The trophy, of course. Doing the double twice in a row, but missing out on the treble. Not winning the cup this year. I don't care at all, to be honest. The 90th minute heartbreak has been, again, fought back. We have fought back, and really, Barcelona have surrendered in the end. As we are just so resilient. We've been all rebuilt long. It's taken me about 8 hours to record this. And finally, we are there. I thought last season we'd already do it, but in the end we fell short. Was frustrating, but again, a great challenge. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, as always. And I will see you again in the next one in a couple of days. In the future, the upload schedule is going to be a little bit different. Only 2 more videos per day, as I'm going to have to do a lot of things in my personal life in the upcoming weeks. But still, I hope you enjoy them. Those 2 are going to be quality videos every week, like this one. As we are lifting the Champions League, a lot of young players from the youth academy, others we've brought in, and a few OGs. As here, our number 10, for example, he's really been so strong. Wouldn't have thought it at the beginning when I brought him in on a permanent. He was, of course, a lone player, Damar, at the start of this rebuild. We brought him in and developed him into a 93 rated player. That is crazy. But okay, lads, I'm going to say I will see you again in the next one. Until then, have a wonderful rest of your day. It's been Rebuild Sombrero. I'm out.